Asian emerald dove. This is the state bird of the Indian state of Tamil Nadu. Asian coal. Male coals may distract a bird from its nest so their partner can lay eggs there. Azure tit. This species will hybridize with the Eurasian blue tit where their ranges overlap. Baya weaver. These gregarious birds may weave up to 60 nests in a single tree. Bearded reedling. These birds have up to 4 broods per year and sometimes breed the same year they were born. Black drongo. These birds are aggressive toward others in their territory, dive bombing even much larger birds. Black stork. This shy species builds its large nests primarily in old-growth forests with very large trees. Black-naped oriole. Due to geographic variation, the black-naped oriole has over a dozen subspecies. Blue rock thrush. This bird was initially considered a thrush, but is actually more closely related to flycatchers. Brahmini kite. This bird is revered as the representation of Garuda, carrier of the god Vishnu. Brambling. Bramblings form large flocks in the winter when they especially like the seeds of beech trees. Brown shrike. The name Lanius means butcher and was given because shrikes store their prey by hanging it. Common green magpie. Despite its Latin name, this bird is generally found in the Himalayas and Southeast Asia, not China. Common iora. Male ioras display by fluffing up their feathers and parachuting through the air like a ball. Common myna. Mynas are skilled mimics and can imitate human speech. Common sandpiper. Common sandpipers often forage alone but can be found roosting in large groups. Common tailor bird. To support and camouflage their nests, tailor birds stitch leaves together with plant fibers. Common teal. This small migratory duck has a range that covers much of the northern hemisphere. Coppersmith barbet. This bird's call is a repetitive metallic tuck that sounds like a copper sheet being beaten. Crested ibis. There were only 10 wild crested ibises in the 1980s, but breeding programs are reintroducing them. Crested lark. This lark raises its crest when it sings in territorial disputes and in courtship displays. Desert finch. These finches are not restricted to deserts. They also frequent towns and agricultural areas. Desert wheatear. The desert wheatears that breed in the arid areas of Central Asia overwinter in Northeast Africa. Eurasian coot. Coots have lobed toes, not webbed feet, that help them swim through water and walk on mud. Eurasian eagle owl. These owls prey on rodents, rabbits, and pigeons, and have been seen taking even larger animals. Eurasian hoopoe. Hoopos use their long bills to extract insect larvae from the ground or surface litter. Eurasian kestrel. While looking for mice and similar prey, kestrels hover by flying into the wind or by using ridge lift. Eurasian marsh harrier. Harriers perform sky dances in which they show off for mates by swooping, tumbling, and diving. Eurasian tree creeper. Tree creepers forage by hopping up tree trunks, then fluttering down to the base of the next tree. Fire-fronted seren. In courtship, the males of this species raise up the red feathers on their head to show them off. Forest owlet. In 1997, a team saw this species in India, 113 years after the last reported sighting. Golden pheasant. The mythological phoenix is sometimes depicted as a golden pheasant. Graceful Prinia. The Prinia's nest is an oval pouch woven out of grass, with a side entrance near the top. Grandala. This bird breeds above the tree line in the Himalayas. Gray wagtail. Wagtails constantly move their tails up and down as they forage in the rocky areas and rivers. Great cormorant. People in China and Japan have used cormorants to fish for over 2,000 years. Great hornbill. These birds gather at fruiting trees and can roost in flocks of up to 200 outside breeding season. Great Indian bustard. This critically endangered bird can weigh as much as 18 kilograms, making it the heaviest flying bird. Great spotted woodpecker. Woodpeckers can make up to 12,000 pecks per day at around 20 pecks per second. Greater adjutant. Widespread wetland loss led this bird to go from being one of the most common storks to the rarest. Green bee eater. These insectivores often roost in large groups. Green pheasant. This bird was designated the national bird of Japan in 1947. Himalayan monal. This is the national bird of Nepal and the state bird of Uttarakhand, India. House crow. These food-catching birds can pass a test, indicating they recognize themselves in a mirror. Ibisbill. The ibisbill is most closely related to the oyster catchers, avocets, and stilts, not ibises. Indian peafowl. This bird was designated the national bird of India in 1963. Indian vulture. India banned use of diclofenac in cattle in 2008 after it caused the death of millions of vultures. Large-billed crow. These gregarious crows will take advantage of almost any food source, living or dead. Little egret. This egret spread its range in the 20th century, including establishing a population in Barbados. Little grebe. Grebes are quick divers. Their scientific name comes from takus, fast, and bopto, to sink. Little ringed plover. When they nest in hot open areas, these birds soak their feathers in water to cool off their chicks. Mandarin duck. A Chinese saying describes loving couples as two mandarin ducks playing in water. Olive-backed sunbird. Sunbirds feed largely on nectar, but they will also take insects, especially when feeding young. Oriental bay owl. The feathers on an owl's face collect sound waves and direct them toward the owl's ears. Oriental magpie robin. This songbird is the national bird of Bangladesh, where it is widespread. Philippine eagle. Once the monkey-eating eagle, this endangered raptor is more likely to eat flying lemurs and civets. Plumbeous redstart. This bird's plumbeous gray color is good camouflage for the rocky stream beds where it forages. Purple heron. This patient predator is most active at dawn and dusk, waiting motionless before stabbing its prey. Red avidivat. In courtship display, male avidivats hold a feather or stem in their bill and slowly bow. Red jungle fowl. Chickens were domesticated from this species of jungle fowl about 8,000 years ago. Red-crowned crane. This endangered crane is associated in different cultures with longevity, purity, and peace. Red-vented bulbul. This bird lays pink eggs with maroon spots. Red-wattled lapwing. Lapwings aggressively defend their nests, diving at potential predators while calling loudly. Rhinoceros auklet. For breeding season, these flock-hunting birds grow a horn-like structure above their beaks. Rock pigeon. These birds were domesticated before 3000 BCE as message carriers and for food. Rook. The word rookery comes from these birds, who nest in large colonies. Rose-ringed parakeet. These birds have the ability to mimic human speech and are popular pets. Rosy starling. Farmers in China have reduced pesticide use by encouraging these birds to nest near their fields. Ruddy shelduck. Some say the Buddha used the way these ducks call for their mates as a symbol of attachment. Sarus crane. These wetland birds have adapted to human settings like irrigation ditches and rice fields. Satyr tragopan. During display, males of this species inflate their colorful lappets and display blue horns. Scaly-breasted munia. These social finches gain time to forage by sharing the work of looking out for predators. Small minivet. Minivets often join mixed-species flocks in the forest canopy where they forage for insects. Smew. This small duck breeds in freshwater lakes in the subarctic taiga. Spoon-billed sandpiper. In 2020, there were thought to be fewer than 200 breeding pairs of this critically endangered bird. Spotted dove. This bird is native to southern Asia, but has been introduced in North America and Oceania. Sri Lanka blue magpie. This intelligent corvid rubs caterpillars on branches to remove their hairs before eating them. Sri Lanka frogmouth. Like owls, frogmouths hunt at night, but they catch prey with their beaks, not their feet. Stork-billed kingfisher. Kingfishers use their strong bills to dig burrows in riverbanks, dead trees, or termite nests. Trumpeter finch. This bird's call is said to sound like a toy trumpet. Twite. Outside of breeding season, twites will gather in large numbers, often with other finches. Verditor flycatcher. The color verditor is an intense blue made by adding chalk or whiting to a copper nitrate solution. Violet cuckoo. This cuckoo often lays its eggs in the nest of small sunbirds and spider hunters. White-browed tit warbler. These birds spend a lot of time in juniper thickets, making their colorful plumage hard to see. White-crested laughing thrush. These social birds can make loud outbursts that sound something like laughter. White-headed duck. Droughts and agriculture have dried up the lakes that were this endangered bird's breeding habitat. White-throated kingfisher. This species hunts not only fish, but also invertebrates, snakes, and other small animals. Willow tit. These birds have been recorded storing up to 200 food items in a day. Yellow bittern. Bittern's long, thin stripes are camouflage for living among reeds. Zebra dove. This bird is well camouflaged for feeding on open ground.